What's good, everyone? I'm back today, March 6th, 2026, back with another video. Market review. Took no trades today. I'm gonna get into it quickly. So coming into the day, I was bearish. Pretty, I guess, pretty easy to tell bias. Like, I was mostly bearish yesterday because of this SMT. I ended up taking shorts yesterday and won. But overnight, we displaced more, started displacing lower, and ES was nearing this low over here, which was the low of the week, the Tuesday low. And just overall, we have all these draws here, with this final low still being available on ES. Therefore, I don't really expect a rejection here, unless we just continue this choppy range and do nothing. So, yeah, it was coming to the day bearish, and since ES was the weaker pair, I expected this low to be taken first on ES. And the problem was that we were like super overextended overnight. Like this was 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, so in 4 hours dropped 500 points and had like no real retrace. We had no retrace to a 4 hour gap, no major retrace. Therefore, just I would have preferred to have some clearer structure happen overnight so I can just take like an immediate continuation. But regardless, I wasn't able to get anything. What I wanted to see was, since I was just so bearish to this low, like it was so obvious that it was going to get hit to me, I wanted, because we opened, where do we open? We opened like here. I wanted this premium 15-minute for value gap to get swept, to get a short towards ES taking that low. And we ended up never hitting it. At first, we came up, didn't hit it. I didn't really want anything here just because like we were still pretty low. It's like a pretty discounted short. I'm not trying to short all the way down here. Would want some type of pullback. Preferably would have been we came all the way back up, swept out this high and got a short, but that's like 300 points up. We're not going to do that on a Friday. Fridays tend to slow down very quick. So yeah, at first I didn't want it, but after this leg came down and made this relative equal low with that low, I was very like confident in it getting hit. Didn't need a big pullback anymore because the draw was just so obvious. And we started coming back up over here. I thought, okay, finally we're going to hit this 15-minute gap and I can get a short. But once again, we miss it by like 3 points. And then ES comes down and takes the low. Now, the condition that I set myself with this level was if we sweep it and then start to displace, like get a quick reaction off of it, like, let me find my arrow tool here. Like if we did something like whatever, did something like whatever, and then got like a big reaction off of it, like big displacement, I would start looking for some type of long towards the data high. And we didn't do that. We took it what candle? This candle took the low, then it reswept it, then it kind of just like up down choppy price action. This isn't an immediate like displacing leg. It's not showing strong buys. Like you look at the 5-minute, there was no 5-minute for value gap created in this whole area because it was just choppy. And the other scenario that I would have wanted to see was, because this got hit prior to 10 a.m., if we displaced through this low on ES and then at 10 a.m. like closed above it, and then on NQ also inverse this for value gap, then that would have showed me like, all right, we don't plan to reject here on ES, and we want NQ to also take these lows. And I would have waited like for a 10 a.m. PO3 for us to open higher into whatever is here or something, maybe actually hit this 15-minute now, and then get shorts to this low and this low on NQ. And now we did, those are my two scenarios for what I wanted to see. I had 3 scenarios for the day. Either I get a short to this low, or I get a short after we displace through this low, or I get a long after we sweep this low and get displacement higher. I didn't want to right away long from this low just because I like set my condition as that. Shit, sorry. And I didn't want to short right away through it either. So we ended up doing none of the scenarios, had no liquidity generated. Over here, we did hit two 15-minute gaps, but still, this was a choppy leg. No inversion here other than this 5 minute, and it was already late. Like, it was already 11 o'clock. Especially on Fridays. I don't even trade up to 11 o'clock on Fridays. I usually go to like 10:30, 10:40, just because Fridays tend to slow down earlier because it's the final day of the week. So, not something I wanted. Wouldn't have been a bad trade if it was like a little bit earlier. If it was like 10:40 and something like this exact scenario happened, wouldn't have been bad because the data high is right there. Pull back into two 15-minute gaps, swept liquidity on the 1 minute. Like, yeah, this leg is kind of choppy, but this area was pretty clear. And then if we had an inversion that was good, could have been taken, but it was late, and the close is all the way up here. Like, I'm not taking this RR. Was no way to get it to be a 1-to-1 other than if you limit ordered it, but this high would have been taken prior. So, yeah. I'm prior to my vacation, I was backtesting like every single day. I would do like 2 weeks of price action every single day. And I haven't started doing that again, but I'm gonna start doing that again today, just so I can like, I guess, refresh my brain. Every time I take a break, I always feel like my like skill set just went blank. So I'm gonna go back to backtesting, try to see new things that I can incorporate into my live trading, and just refresh my mind. I'll be back better next week. I did good this week. I'm happy with how I played this week. I didn't miss any trades that I was supposed to take, and I didn't take anything that I wasn't supposed to take. The one setup that I took was a great setup that I'm happy with, and it won. So, yeah, quick video today. I'll be back posting again on Monday. I don't think there's like any bank holiday, right? No, next week is clear. CPI on Wednesday. I might buy like 1 or 2 Apex evals just to throw on there so I can be back on funded stage as long as they're 1 day pass. I'm not sure. I didn't really check out the plan, but I might do that. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday. If anyone has questions or like critiques or some type of video ideas, leave it down in the comments. I'll be reading all of it. I'll respond to all of it. And yeah, take care.